Hey guys, great Tuesday at school, and you are ready to do some math. So, we talked a little bit at school about 6.2 and the chapter in your book, and now we are going to do a couple of the guided practice problems together. So, we already talked a little bit about these in class and how we could take these fractions or mixed numbers and turn them into percentages, just like it showed down here. If you have 3 over 5, we look and we know if we want to turn it into a percentage, it needs to be over 100. So I could go 5 times 20 to make that 100, but whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. So I go 3 times 20, which equals 60, and then I know it is 60%. As soon as that bottom number is 100, I know I have the top number as my percent. So we already talked a little bit about that in class. Excuse me, it's really hard to do this with a cold, but you guys are just going to have to bear with me here. So we're going to go on and we are going to do a couple of guided practice problems together. Find the percent represented by a fraction by multiplying by 100. So you're finding a percent that is represented by a fraction by multiplying by 100. So not all denominators of fractions are factors or common multiples of 100. So if I look at 3, I know there's nothing I can times by 3 that will equal 100. So just like it says here, we need to find another way to find equivalent percents. So 2 over 3 equals 2 over 3, and we are going to times both of the top and the bottom of our fraction by 100. When we do that, we multiply by 100%. It equals 2 times 100 is 200 over 3. And then we're going to, that is a improper fraction. I'm sorry, I said the top and the bottom, but it was just like it says over here. 100% would be 100 over 100, which just equals 1. So 2/3 times 100 has the same value as 2/3 times 1. So if you look right over here, they did 3 times 1 and 2 times 100, which equals 200. So essentially you could just skip the bottom step and just times the top. So if we went ahead and said, okay, if I want to change my improper fraction into a mixed number, I would say 3 divides into 200 66 times, and there is 2 left over, and my denominator stays the same. So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. Let's do the very first guided practice problem together, and then you will do the others on your own. So here it says 4 over 7 equals 4 over 7 times, and they want you to fill in this blank. If we look up here, it just means 100. So that would equal, just like we saw over here, 100 over 100, because a percent always has to be over 100. So it's saying there's 100 in the total percent, and there's 100 things there. So that just equals 1. So this would equal 100 over 100, which would just equal, excuse me, if we times it, it would be 7 times 1. 4 times 100 would equal 400 over 7. So hopefully that's the answer that you got. And then it's going to, if we take our 400 over 7, let me get a piece of paper here, 7 times 100%. And then that equals, just like up here on our problem, 100 over 100. And if we times that, it will equal 400. Because remember, this is equal to 1. So the 7 times 1, 4 times 100 is 400 over 7. So if I say 7 goes into 400 how many times? In the interest of time, I will just tell you that it's 57, and there is 1 left. We keep our denominator the same. Sorry, I forgot my 7. So it's 57 over 1/7. So hopefully that's the answer that you guys got. So if you could go ahead and do number 2, 3, and 4 on your own. So go ahead and pause the video and do that, please. All right, we're back. Hopefully you did number 2, 3, and 4 on your own. And now we're saying let's express decimals as percent. So instead of taking fractions and mixed numbers into a percent, we're doing decimals as percents. So express 0.07 as a percent. We have 0.07, and if we put that over 100, our method 1 here, if we put that over 100, it's just 7%. Or you could do your method 2, where we say here is 0.07 times 100, which would move our decimal place over 2, and it would make 7%. So if you need a little bit more help on that, look in your book right here. Express the decimals as fractions and fractions as percents. So at first we need to take the decimal, make it into a fraction, and then as soon as it's over 100, we can take that as the percent. 100, they kind of gave a long way to do it on their method 2 here. 100% is 100 over 100, which equals 1. So 0.07 times 100% has the same value as 0.07 times 1. That might be a little more confusing to you. If it is, just forget about it and look at these and know that that's how you take a decimal to a fraction and then to a percent. We always have to put it in a fraction, which means the number over 100 to take it to a percent. So let's do number 5 together on our guided practice problems on page 191. Express 0.82 as a percent. So our method 1 here was 0.82, and then we just need to take our 82 and put it over 100, and so it would be 82%. Or on method 2, 82 times 100 would take our decimal point. Every time we times it by a 0, it moves it over another place to the right, which would make 82%. So if you could do 6, 7, and 8 on your own, go ahead and pause the video and we will go from there. Okay, we're on our last set of our guided practice problems here. Now we're expressing percents as fractions. So we're starting with a percent, making it a fraction. So it's kind of confusing because it says here is a fraction, but it's as a percent. So 33 and 1/3 percent as a fraction in simplest form. So don't forget the in simplest form. 33 over 1/3 percent equals 100 over 3, because in order to express the mixed number as an improper fraction, that way it'll be a little easier for us to track that down. So we did 4 over 7. Remember, just on our page over here on the page 190, we'll slide it over again, hopefully without making you sick. Remember, we had to times by 100%, so they are doing the same thing over here. It says we are actually dividing in order to make that percent. So if you could take 33 and go 100 over 3, and 100 over 3 divided by 100. So divide the 100 to express the percent as a fraction. Don't forget to divide, not times. Then we go 100 over 3 times 100 over 1, which is essentially just taking the top and the bottom and doing it by 100. So we'd have 100 on top if we do 100 times 1, and we rewrite that. 3 times 100 is over 300. If we simplify that by dividing them both by 100, it's just 1/3. So it simplifies to 1/3. If we have it as a decimal, it's 40.2 as a fraction in the simplest form. Put that over 100. And actually then we can move it and add another 0 and make it 402. If we reduce that, it's 201 over 500. So go ahead and do practice problem 9 and 10 on your own, and we will correct those tomorrow. Have a great day.